Have you ever stopped to wonder if certain things in your life were just pure luck? Or maybe, was there something greater, a divine force that guided every step of your journey? I used to think it was luck, every twist and turn, every person I met. But now I see, it was never luck, it was always God. And this is my story. It all started in 2020, a year that deeply marked my life. I came out of a long-term relationship about 14 years. It was hard, painful, but I learned from the pain. In Proverbs 3:5-6 we read, "Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways submit to Him, and He will make your paths straight." At that moment, I didn't understand why I had to go through so much suffering, but I kept moving forward, trusting, and eventually, I overcame it. I spent months rediscovering myself, enjoying this new phase of my life. I traveled, met amazing people, and experienced moments that made me grow. Then, in 2021, during one of those trips, I met a special woman. At the time, I had no idea, but this encounter would change the course of my life. We went out a few times and everything seemed casual. Then she went back to her city and I returned to mine. We continued with our lives, each on our own path. But soon after, life, or should I say God, brought us together again. And this time, the connection was stronger. Despite the distance between our cities, we stayed in touch, and when she had to return to the country where she was living, we decided to make our relationship official. It seemed challenging, but I used to think, I'm just a lucky guy. But the truth is, it was always God opening doors I didn't even know existed. As Isaiah 41:10 reminds us, "Fear not, for I am with you. Be not dismayed, for I am your God." That faith gave us the strength to face the distance. After a few months, she returned to my country so we could be together. Our life as a couple was wonderful. Traveling, laughing, growing together. It felt like living a dream, but then we decided to take another step. We would move to the country where she had been living before. In March 2022, I packed my bags, sold everything, left my job, and made the move. It was a leap of faith. I was afraid that things wouldn't work out, that I wouldn't adapt, that I wouldn't find a job. But soon I realized God was taking care of every detail. I found a job shortly after arriving. It wasn't ideal, but it paid well. A little while later, I had an interview for a position in my field. Even though the salary was lower, I accepted the challenge, and God, once again, rewarded me. Soon, I was offered a permanent contract and a raise. The blessing of the Lord brings wealth without painful toil for it. Proverbs 10:22. As my professional life was coming together, my personal life was also flourishing. My partner and I started talking about having children. She told me that in her previous relationships, she had tried, but without success. We even considered insemination or adoption. We consulted doctors and did some tests, but before we could even get the results back, we received surprising news. She was pregnant. Was it luck? Of course not. It was God answering our prayers. In February 2023, our son was born. The whole family came together to celebrate this moment. What a blessing it was to have everyone united. How could this be a mere coincidence? I praise you because I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Psalm 139, verse 14. Time flew by. Our son grew up strong and healthy, and in May 2024, once again, God surprised us. We found out we were expecting a baby girl. Each detail, each coincidence, made me reflect deeply. Everything I lived, all the luck I thought I had, it wasn't luck. It was God, all along, guiding my steps, blessing me, and showing me that He is in control of everything. Life taught me a great lesson. Luck is what we call it when we fail to recognize the hand of God. It's not coincidence, nor chance. From the beginning, God shaped me, guided me, and gave me every victory, every blessing. When I look back, everything makes sense. How could it have been just luck? My message to you is clear. Trust in God. In the hardest moments, in the uncertainty, He is there. For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future. Jeremiah 29:11. Remember, it was never luck. It was always God.